My name is Ahmed Abukhater. I'm with Pitney Bowes Software, which is Map Info for those of you who don't know Pitney Bowes. Today I'll be talking about operational GIS or location intelligence, and it will be a repeat of what James just said. We're on the same page. Yeah, it's funny how we're on the same page really about this topic. How do we go next? Okay, cool. Thank you. So we are living in a world rich of information. And let me start with the concept of big data. Show of hand, how many of you think that big data is just a fad and will disappear in a couple of years? No one. Thank you. Yes, it's actually a real thing, and we have all kind of data, structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data, social data, mobile data. All of it actually is spatial. A lot of people, and I read somewhere actually funny enough that 80% of business data has a location element. Is there anything wrong with this? It's just me? Yeah, I mean, everything has 100% has location. And you can see those, right? I mean, all of these aspects of our lives is actually location. And this actually started to demand answers for location questions. Where is my closest recycling pen? Where is my closest post office? How do I get from point A to point B? How do I reach my customers? Where are my customers? All these spatial questions, right? And what does mobile do for us today? It made GIS or location intelligence mainstream, as James mentioned, right? What else did mobile do? Anybody? Nobody?
Push.
What is it?
Push technology.
Push technology, absolutely. It actually made it mainstream. Everybody's using it today. Another thing it did, it actually changed customer expectations, right? Now, in terms of performance, as also James mentioned, people now don't have the patience to wait around for things to load. There are customers today that they probably never use desktop and they will never use it. The main point of entry to the internet world and interacting with things is mobile. And combining this conversion between spatial and non-geospatial technology, because mobile is non-geospatial, right? And we always were hung up on the spatial aspect of it. But really what it does also, it actually brought the spatial aspect to life. It connected the dots. It made it relevant. Again, relevancy is extremely important when we're talking about applications and operationalization of GIS technology. And that's what helped us in turning basically turning big data into insights, right? And two things. It did that, spatial context enhances understanding of the natural and the built environment, and the impact and magnitude of several things, the distribution of different phenomena, and understanding and connecting patterns on a spatial dimension. What also did is actually spatial context enabled relevancy, as I mentioned. So it made it really relevant to our customers, understanding the physical environment, the social environment, likes and dislikes, interests, and lifestyles, right? Geofencing is one of the applications or one of the byproducts of that relevancy. When we're talking about location-based services, right? And how many of you heard geofencing or know what geofencing is? Right, the majority of you basically is, identify. I'll give you an example. We know that there's a customer. Let's just call it a customer, a female. She has 3 children or 2 children. She's 35 years of age. She's driving from Chicago to Buffalo. Now she's about 4 hours into her drive. She got very close. It's midday. We know from her purchase in the past using her cell phone that she likes McDonald's. Well, there is a McDonald's close based on the location, the time of the day, her habits, right? We know that there's a close McDonald's to her. We send her that location-based advertising, right? It's very relevant. Again, it's relevancy, right? We're telling her, hey, there's a McDonald's very close to you, and oh, by the way, there's a 20% coupon, right, off. You can go and buy it, and oh, and by the way, here's the directions to go there, right? So it's what's likelihood that she's going to go there? Very likely, right? Okay. So we have the 6 pillars of GIS, the people, the software, the hardware, the data, the operations, and methods, right? We all know that. The ugly truth here is that the methods are variant, operations are segregated, people are too specialized, software is too hard to learn, data is too restricted, and hardware is incompatible most of the time. So what did this mean to us? GIS as a specialty, I think, is the biggest threat to GIS itself so far. We don't need people to have PhDs in GIS to use GIS. GIS is mainstream, should be part of every business operation today, supporting workflows, right? I mean, data is isolated today and stranded and compartmentalized in different departments because there's no access. Oftentimes when we deploy our software, I'm not going to talk about software here, or our software in general, the first thing I hear from our customers, wow, I didn't know I have this data. Well, you do. It's in the other department next to you. You just have access to it now, right? So, again, data is isolated, but who needs to use the data? You and I. Who needs to make decisions? You and I. Who needs to understand patterns? You and I. Who needs to support operations and organizational strategy? You and I. So who needs to use GIS? You and I, the business users, right? So this is what I'm talking about. GIS is an enabler. GIS enabled enterprises. We need to integrate GIS into the whole business workflow, the whole enterprise, right? And this means data quality, data integration, and analytics should be distributed throughout the whole organizations, and we need to use higher degree of integration, ubiquitous access to data, creating this common operating picture where everybody can access the same data, envision the same data, can understand and look at the same data sets to make these kind of critical business decisions. Having this single point of truth is very important. Basically putting the power of GIS and location intelligence in the hands of the business users, where they need it the most, where the action is, taking it outside the GIS department, from the back office to the front office, where the real action is. Right? So that's where we started to have measurable business impacts, right? And that entails two things: thinking of all data as GIS data, and thinking of all GIS data as data, simply. We need a mechanism to view, manage, and analyze and synthesize data in a meaningful way to support this business operation and enterprise deployment of LI, or location intelligence. This is an example of operationalizing GIS, and it means really integrating GIS as a critical part of the business ecosystem. Right? This is an example of 911 emergency responders and reverse 911 calls, knowing where the disaster is happening or will happen. You can actually alert certain communities, telling them, giving you calls. That's the reverse 911 calls, and telling them, hey, there's a disaster heading your way, and there are directions you can escape, and there are other survivor tips or whatever, right? So it's very critical. That's where we put the GIS in the hands of the business users, not the GIS guy, right? So bringing it all together means that we're not saying desktop is going to disappear. No, that's the GIS-centric of the world. It's going to stay there. But what's going to happen is that we're going to have just desktop, server, web, data, mobile, and geocoding augmenting each other, okay? And this is an example of, it's not animating. I think it was animated. It's probably an older version, this one. Right? So this is an animation. It's used to, it's actually showing crimes patterns across Amsterdam based on the time of the day, okay? And it's critical also in understanding the patterns of crimes across the city. Again, that will also enable us, another application is to have a better understanding of our customers, having a 360 view or a single view of your customer, and then you can actually deliver to them relevant content that they're willing to consume and even share with others. Autodesk is a partnership that Pitney Software is entering into to basically make LI, or location intelligence, part of the business workflows. And I'll talk about this in a second. And this is basically at the bottom of the screen is the project life cycle. Any infrastructure project starts with planning, then designing, building, and then management. I'll talk about this in a second, right? Today we are at People celebrating 10 years of location intelligence, which is a term that we coined about 10 years ago, and it's taking on, as you can see. The problem is that we only focus on GIS, but we need also building information management, which is not our forte, but it's Autodesk forte. That's where we came together and said, okay, there's a need for us to collaborate, and that's where GIS meets BIM, and where the analysis, obviously Pitney Bowes, meets design, the Autodesk part of the house. And when I say this to our customers, the only thing that I hear is not why you're getting into this partnership, is how, what took you so long? And it's really a no-brainer. Our goal in this partnership is to actually make sure that our products talk to each other, gluing these products together and making sure that they talk to each other, and increasing data interoperability. So now we can facilitate, and I can say, happily say that data now is seemingly interoperable and can flow seemingly across different products, between Autodesk products and MapInfo products, to expedite the life cycle of the product, the projects, any infrastructure projects. Okay, and this is the quick diagram showing where we're strong versus where they are strong. So visioning, policy, and strategy, that's our forte. This is analysis. And then you get into the design and building, that's operational, that's Autodesk. And finally, management and impact analysis, that's ours. Last slide, just the big picture, looking at things, right? Decision making through data and analysis, you can drive this GIS-centric of the world. It's not going to go away. It's going to still be there, but it will be augmented by the operational side, which is the GIS-enabled, right? You have sharing of information, interaction and collaborative decision-making or participatory planning processes. You can bring everybody together, and that will expedite execution and make things a little easier for the people in the field to do their job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.